Now I'm going to show you the steps that I use to use Zoom to be able to give feedback using the VCF model to my students' role play video simulations that they use for their practice classes. And these practice classes that I'm showing here, some of them are for CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, some of them are for motivational interviewing, but like I said earlier, this could be used for a number of other assignments. It doesn't always have to be videos. We've used them for classes that do research, and you can be able to look at Excel spreadsheets and be able to walk through and teach a student as they're going. So let's get started here. So my first step that I would do is bring up my video, is to bring up my Zoom. So here is my Zoom recording, and I'm being recorded right now. You can see the platform there. So what I want to do is go down to the green here and to share my screen. So for my student, so they can see what I'm doing, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to share my screen. Before I do, because I look at all these other windows, I can see there's my students there. I'm going to click on that one and share that one. Before I do that, this is a must. I can pause, stop. I can just tell you I've had a lot of frustrating times that I did not hit share sound. And the way, I'm sure it's different on different platforms, and it's not this way on Adobe and other things that I've used. But with Zoom, you must hit share sound or it will not record your sound. So with that said, I share sound, I hit share, and then there's my students. So you can see before I go hitting my students, here's Adam, and he's doing a role play video with his family member and a little practice video. And so, but over here I have all these other windows trying to come up. So I don't want to see that when I start doing it. So, and I don't want my student to see all those. So I'm going to hit full screen there. Now I have a full screen. And so as you can see, there I am. And here's my little picture. And I can actually just hit and push down and be able to move it around. Often I have it in the top corner. With this one, I don't want to do that with him because I'm afraid I'll be getting in his head. So I will come down here. But my video will be showing for my students the whole time. So they'll see me, which is also very helpful. I'm not just a voice in the crowd. I'm actually a physical being that they see. When we talk about that difference of asynchronous and synchronous, it's sort of that what we call bicronous mixing of the two. This is a way of doing it. They're seeing me. I'm not where they can ask me questions, but I'm giving them that sort of one-on-one tutoring, so to speak. So here we go. We're going to get started. So I'm sharing it. My next thing that I can do after I've shared and I hit the sound, as I said, the third step that I'm going to make sure I do is record it. Because if I record it, it's not going to do, if I don't record it, it's not going to do me any good. So I hit up here, this drops down. I'm going to hit, sorry, 1 second, I'm going to hit more. And then it gives me a couple options here. Now, a lot of them will automatically send you here. It says live transcripts. I've already got mine set up to where it will give transcripts. So somebody having trouble understanding me, what I'm saying, it should transcribe it for them. It's not always perfect, but it is something that you can use to have sort of that captions look. Up here are my recording options. I can either record on the computer, which will give me sort of an MP4 that'll record for me, and I can always send that to my student. But I often like to make it to the cloud, and the way I have it set up is that it automatically goes up, and it should be for you too, that it'll go to a URL that'll eventually get emailed to me when it's been uploaded to the cloud, and it emails me the video recording, which I like because that is a URL I can send to that student, and I have less troubles with them being able to bring up the MP4 or whatever. That I found that works out well for me. So with this, I'm going to record the cloud. And now I'm sitting here and I'm recording. And so often I'll tell my student, hey, we're going to start your video. As you know, in video commentary, I'll stop and pause and kind of just give you some hopeful, constructive feedback on your video. So I'll go over here and I will actually, this is Adam, and I will actually stop Adam and kind of make some comments as we go here. So let's start Adam's video. So going with that, what I said, you can do what we call reactionary feedback. I can automatically give a reaction that great introduction. You shook hands with the client. That's great. You should know that in some cultures that might not be appropriate, but just keep that in mind what that might be in your community. So that's where I'm automatically giving feedback to my student. So, a great job, Adam. You're starting out really well, like your eye contact. I can even say doing great, good eye contact. If I was at that level, depends on what level you're teaching your students. And I can say, good head nods are appropriate. I can give whatever feedback, that reactionary feedback that I'd like. So in this situation, if I was doing motivational interviewing, I would say, "Oh, Adam, great job. You gave an affirmation, which is one of ours on our oars, and you even summarized a little bit. Just a really good job of just acknowledging how difficult it can be to come to see a therapist or a counselor. So great job, Adam." In this situation, I could even do what we call anticipatory um, commentary, where I can anticipate what Adam could say. I could even say, "Adam, I want you to note that this client is talking about Arizona and traveling, and I'm not really making anything up right now, but I can anticipate something that I'd like to see Adam do. Adam, I hope you can do a summary of what your client just said when we get here, or at least a reflection." And so those are things that, with using the VCF model, it is you can actually add and educate students before they even react. So you're not always reactionary. I don't have to go too much more, but even with Adam right there, I would just talk about, we always talk about the miracle question or the future question. He's hitting that for me right now in MI. I'd be giving him a check for it, and I'd be letting him know I see where you're going with this. So I won't go any further. This is a little slow of a video, but it at least gives you an idea where here I can actually uh, I just start and pause and I can give this. And this videos can go longer if you're not careful, but this video is 17 minutes. It could take another 10 minutes or 15 minutes to actually do the full video and give the reflection, depending on how much I stop and start. And then at the very end, I can always do a full verbal reflection of what I felt if I'm taking notes down of what I felt were parts that Adam needs to keep working on, or what Adam has done great. So that I'll stop there, and I'm just going to do my last little part here. When I finish off, I'm going to stop sharing. Well, first I was for Adam, so he doesn't see anything more. I would turn around and I would stop recording. So I can either pause recording or I can just stop recording. I'm going to stop. Are you sure you want to stop recording to the cloud? Yes. And so as soon as I hit that yes, It's going to take a little bit, but this will eventually go to my email, and then I have a URL of the recording that I just made. So I hope that is helpful and gives you an idea. Let me stop this here and just go. I hope this at least gives you an idea of what can be done. And if you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.